Well, the Mineral Resources Department spokesperson, Makhosonke Buthelezi, joins us tonight. Mr. Buthelezi, good evening to you. Thanks for your time. The department, of course, has a zero-harm policy when it comes to mining in this country. The fact that we have 11 people dead, 75 injured, among them those who are in hospital in a critical condition, means that there has not been adherence to that policy.
Yes, Kathy, it's a sad day for the department, especially if you consider that in 2021, there were no fatalities, and last year there were only 42 fatalities. And now with the passing of the 11 mine workers, we are sitting at 52. So there's been a huge regression. And it is indeed a sad day for us. And that is why the Chief Inspector of Mine has issued a directive in September to all employers in the mining industry to come up with interventions to prevent such incidents. And that was issued. And we did indicate in that directive that we are going to monitor. They must report to the department every month of the interventions that they are going to put in place in their mining operations to prevent these incidents from happening.
But Mr. Buthelezi, laws don't implement themselves. Policy doesn't implement itself, and part of the reason why we have a DMRE department in the first place is that you as a department in many ways also become stakeholders of the policies around which and within which mining companies operate. So what responsibility then does your department take when we see what is happening in the industry and we see the regression that is taking place when it comes to health and safety?
True. We play a huge role as the department, and in fact, the reason why we have seen a reduction in mine fatalities of late is because as the department, we bring together the stakeholders, that being the employers, that being the labor unions on the table. We call it a tripartite, where these issues of mine health and safety of mine workers are being discussed. In fact, today, we had a mine health and safety conference where these issues were discussed. So there's been those regular platforms where we all come together to discuss these issues. But over and above that, the department, as I've already indicated, that we, knowing that this season is a silly season, that's where you have mine fatalities and injuries. We have heightened our inspectorate, and we're really being aggressive in terms of closely monitoring the activities, and that is why we even said we compel all the employers to give us their plans on how are they going to prevent injuries and fatalities, especially during this silly season, as we call it.
It's easy for somebody to draw up a plan and send it from their desktop. At the end of the day, the department still needs to verify for itself that what it's being told on paper is in fact what exists in reality. Would you say that that is something you've been able to do well, where there are inspections of mines that are taking place, making sure that the equipment is up to date, making sure that safety protocols, even something as basic as PPE is available, the right PPE being available for different constituencies of staff?
Agreed, yes. We've been conducting what we call proactive inspections, where we don't wait for something to happen and only go thereafter. So that is part of our annual plan, and we have been doing that as the department. And as I've already indicated, now that we are in the silly season, we are doubling our efforts in terms of closely monitoring mine operation and actually ramping up our inspection effort as the department.
What is it that you have said to the management of Impala Mine today, Impala Platinum in particular, around this accident?
Yeah, I think the minister has already expressed in terms of a need for them to firstly ensure safety of workers and preventing the recurrence of what has happened today, and the fact that we are going to institute our investigation, and we need their full cooperation in terms of telling us what has happened and making people available that we need to interview and so forth. So as the department, that is the message that we have sent to the mine management, and we've really indicated to them that we are really disappointed in the fact that it looks like they did not really pay close attention to safeguard the mine workers during their operations.
All right, we'll have to leave it there then for tonight. Mineral Resources Department spokesperson Makhosonke Buthelezi.